Thank you for joining us in the beautiful city of North Miami for another exciting meeting as we celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month for the entire month of May going into October. And we all know participating in these amazing, different tributes for each of the different cultures we celebrate here in the city of North Miami. And we applaud the committee, Councilwoman Timothy for, helping us out, leading with Rosa Enriquez and so many other folks. We are going to do roll call, Madam Clerk, and then we're going to do Pledge of Allegiance by Major Angelo Brinson, followed by invocation by Pastor John Giordano.
Thank you, Mayor. 7:06 p.m. Mayor Desilme,
Here?
Vice Mayor Estimate Irvin, Councilman Galvin.
Here.
Councilwoman Timothy.
Here.
Councilman Pierre French Charles.
Present.
Mayor, you have a quorum to proceed.
Thank you so much, Madam Clerk. Should we do a presentation? Then Pledge of Allegiance, and then,
Please place your hand on your heart and join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let's all bow. Father God in heaven, once again we approach our throne with thanksgiving in our hearts for all your many blessings. We ask your blessing on these proceedings and hope and thank you for the privilege of serving and leading in this great city. We hope all the proceedings will be coordinated and conducted respectfully and with the knowledge that everything we do will be for the improvement of North Miami. We ask all these things in your son's name. Let's all say amen.
amen. Please stand, rise for one moment of silence for the victim in Morocco. Thank you. Madam Manager, any addition, deletion, amendment to the agenda?
No, sir.
Mr. Attorney, are we good to go?
Yes, Mayor.
Okay, hold on. We have the Vice Mayor just walked in.
As of 7:08, Mayor, the Vice Mayor is present.
Sure.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, if
Yes.
I'd like to add tab N to the consented agenda
Okay,
and
tab N. Hold
and
on.
defer tab
Hold on,
V.
let's do it one at a time so that we can know. So N is being, that's one of the quasi judicial, right? No?
No,
Oh, okay. Okay, we are, okay,
Tab N.
and then
and then I'd like to defer tab V, W, and X.
this is towards the, wait, V is, where are we? I see O. Hold on, give me 1 second. Okay, you say O?
No,
Um,
V like Victor,
V?
W, and
I'm sorry.
X.
Okay. I have the wrong. We have so many papers up here, I think I have the wrong. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Okay, so V, okay, those are the quasi judicial. All three of them or one?
V, W, and X.
V, W, and X.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, sir.
Through you to the council, to the
Yeah.
vice mayor. Not opposed, but can you give us a little bit
Yes.
of background as to why you look to move in and
Yes, that was my question.
extend the other three?
I'll put under, well,
Yeah.
I just tried, because it's quasi judicial, I was just
Okay.
advised on the language. So that's why you see the hesitation in my asking to defer it. Just the ability to review the information.
So for V, W, and X?
CW and X, yes.
Gotcha. And for
Until-
N as in Nancy, to move that to
To
consent?
consented.
Yeah,
Consent
that-
agenda.
Right,
Yeah.
what's the thought behind moving that?
Oh,
to-
no, because there's no opposition, that's all.
Gotcha, okay.
Awesome. With,
At least I believe there's no opposition.
Well, can we, yeah, can we,
That's fine.
since I just heard somebody say there are from the back of the room on N as in Nancy,
Well, no.
so there's a difference. V, W, and X would still be heard, just at a later date.
Is that your intent? You want it to be?
Yes,
Okay, for,
absolutely, yes.
is that,
Mr.
sorry, go ahead.
Mr. Mayor, if I may, for the record, Edward Martos' office is at 2800 Ponce de Leon Boulevard. I am the representative for the applicant under items V and W. And I understand the vice mayor's desire to defer it. That's fine. I'm just asking if we could defer it to a date certain.
Okay,
Okay,
What-
the
okay.
immediate next meeting, Madam Vice Mayor, we are available. We will make ourselves available at any
what's the
time.
next meeting? One second.
Yes.
So
Madam Manager, when
if we
is
could
the next
defer
one?
it to October 10,
Wait, what, the next meeting is when?
yeah, I'd like to defer it to October 10.
Huh?
The next meeting is the 26th?
The 26th. So, so you want to do 2 meetings after? would
Correct,
that
because I
give
know
enough
we have
time?
the, but, right,
The
yes,
vice mayor's
please.
motion then is to continue
Continue
this,
it
those
to-
three
to
items
items
to
until
October 10th.
Okay.
Can I put something on the
Go
record,
ahead.
Mr. Mayor?
Mhm.
During my briefing yesterday with the city manager, I did request, I know it was kind of not last, but it was last week when I requested an update on development projects in the city. And she advised me that the county, I don't know, Madam Manager, if you want to put that on the record, what the county was requesting in a certain area, a moratorium, because they feel like we have to address the infrastructure before we develop in a certain area. So I was concerned, so I requested for an update on our infrastructure study during the last budget hearing. I also requested, like, hey, are we in line with making all the improvements so that we can, address our infrastructure needs before we get all of these projects coming forward? And I know I haven't got that response yet, but I think, it would be our due diligence to make sure that before we approve any projects moving forward, if the county is telling us not to build because we have to address certain issues, I think that, to me, that was a bit alarming. And I'm sure it's not for this
Yeah.
project, but yeah.
Just to be clear, it was for another project in another area. They needed, for us to be able to provide them with the estimates for the water and so on. We were not able to provide it because the county wanted us to finish some repairs so that we can provide that information.
Mr.
Okay.
Mayor, through you to
So-
the manager, which
Yes.
area is that?
It's by the Allure project.
Okay.
Back up in District 1?
Mhm.
Can you bring me up to speed?
I will, sir.
I'm still on the city council.
I know,
I know
sir.
I got to say
But
every meeting,
again,
I'm
it's-
still here.
I understand, sir.
Thank you.
And-
So it was, because and I agree that we all should be briefed on items, especially when it comes to infrastructure and
Yeah.
improvement, because anytime we approve a project, we are, increasing our capacity, and do we have the capacity to
To
build?
incre- yes.
So, that is always something that
Indeed.
so that's,
So I'm going to ask about that on my council report tonight. If you can
Miss-
just take a few minutes to gather, but I don't want to take us way off.
Oh,
And,
you-
Mr.
can't hear
Mayor,
it on the mic.
yes, sir.
if I may make
Thank
one
you.
point,
She didn't tell me
if
that.
it's at all possible, Madam Vice Mayor, to have our item deferred to September 26th, we'd greatly be appreciative. Part of the reason why I'm asking for that, to move it up to the 26th, is we were anticipating, when this application came in at the end of last year, and we were very much anticipating to be heard much earlier. We've made multiple deferrals for the sake of the community. We're happy to do another deferral for your purposes. We're happy to speak with you, but we're very confident we can address your concerns and in time for the 26th, if that's at all possible,
It's,
Vice Mayor.
and for me,
Okay,
it's not
it's not for you.
possible
Okay,
before then. That's why I
Understood.
suggested October 10th, but
understood.
majority rule.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, sir.
I'll second, unless somebody in the room is here for N as in Nancy, I'll second the motion to move
Yeah, is that,
N as in Nancy.
before that, Councilman, anyone else, we okay with the 10th, who's here on any of the representative from the other 2 projects? Okay.
And
Seems
Mr. Mayor,
like-
before you move, just like Councilman Galvin just said, when can you guys, administration bring me up to speed to all this, because I don't know anything about everything that we're talking about tonight, so I haven't briefed on those. I don't know exactly what's happening, so please,
Okay.
can you please share those information with me?
Okay. Thank you, Councilman. Let's vote on the item that was put
My
by
motion-
your motion
Sure,
by
I'll
Councilman
restate my
Galvin.
motion. My motion is to move item N as in Nancy to the consent agenda.
The motion was previously made. Are you seconding?
It's already, you
Yeah.
seconded. it.
Seconded.
I'm seconding it, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, and the other part of her motion is to move into the consent. You also
Right,
consented.
right.
Yeah.
My
Okay.
motion was to move into the consent. If I'm
Got it.
seconding it, into
Yes.
the consent, I'm seconding it. And then I was gonna say, at the Vice Mayor's request, those three items,
For October 10th.
October
W,
10th.
VW and X to October the 10th.
Awesome.
So I have a motion made by Vice Mayor Estimate Irvin to move tab N to the consent agenda and continue items VWX to October 10th, 2023.
Yes.
The motion was seconded by Councilman Galvin. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries with a 5-0 vote.
Awesome.
Mr. Mayor, Council,
Yes,
thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. We'll see you on the 10th. Thank you, guys. We are going to go down for a couple of presentations, followed by city events, and then hurricane preparedness. But before we do that, we're gonna be a little bit out of order with the presentation. We're gonna have the unveiling by Council Member Cassandra Timothy, and then we'll do the other two presentations. Yes, Madam Clerk? Can we set, I'm sorry? Oh, yeah, yes, I'm sorry. Is the agenda set, Mr. Attorney?
Yes, ma'am. The agenda set. You may proceed.
Thank you, sir. Let's go. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Councilwoman Cassandra Timothy. I have the honor of being the honorary chair for Hispanic Heritage Month this month, along with our amazing committee, Rosa, Millie, Ernie, Dunya, Zuli, Yeti, Carlos, Brooks, and Ocean. Just wanted to say thank you for organizing a month-long celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month, celebrating the Latino culture in our beautiful city of North Miami. As you know, we celebrate the richness of our Hispanic heritage culture with events throughout the entire month. And tonight, we begin with a kickoff reception and an art unveiling and proclamation presentations. A series of other events will occur throughout the month that we will commemorate the month with our signature event, La Gran Fiesta, on October 21st at 6:30 to 10:30 right here in our Mocha Plaza. So I hope you guys join us as we celebrate our, rich culture for Hispanic Heritage Month. And we know that this is a national tribute, so that we'll be honoring this month. We'll be proclaiming this month, September 15th to October 15th, by celebrating the history, the culture, the arts, and all of the contributions of members of the Hispanic community and the Latino community throughout the city of North Miami. And today it is an honor to invite up Cuban artist Sergio Rodriguez Alfonso for an art unveiling and as well as a proclamation presentation. As I stated, we are celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month throughout the city. So today, the mayor and all of our council members, we do by here honor you and recognize you on this day as Sergio Rodriguez Alfonso Day in the city of North Miami. You want to say a few words?
Thank you very much. My wife is my interpreter, please. Eye painting.
Thank you for inviting my husband today to the city of North Miami. He appreciates the recognition of his art. He is honored to be here tonight. Thank you, Council Guman Timothy and the Hispanic Heritage Committee. Thank you, all of you.
And now we'll unveil the art. You want to set that?
Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's give a round of applause to the beautiful art unveiling. You're fine, Councilman. If this goes missing, we know who took it. So next, we are honoring, of course, individuals, business owners that have made contributions to our city in North Miami. And just last year, we had our own Dr. Ruiz Carrillo, who was actually honored as Assistant Principal of the Day for being the Assistant Principal at North Miami High School. Let's give her a round. If she can please come on up. She began her career with Miami-Dade County Public Schools in 1999. I'm not going to say how old I was that year, at Liberty City Elementary School, and she went to serve in the district in several roles in various schools over the year. She was promoted to assistant principal in October 2006 and has spent 12 years in the position before being promoted to vice principal in 2018 at North Miami Senior High School. Go Pioneers! You know, I'm a pioneer by blood. And she possessed excellent leadership skills in data-driven instruction, decision-making, program monitoring, and planning in rigorous classroom environments. Today, we honor you in honor of Hispanic Heritage Month, but in honor of all that you've done for our students here in North Miami. I had the opportunity to attend North Miami's last graduation, and the kids were in tears when they ran into your arms. So I know North Miami misses you dearly. We honor you today, and we thank you for all your contributions. With your own very day in the city of North Miami. We also have some flowers for you. I will. You know, that was a special place in our heart. And we have the North Region in the house. Thank you all for joining to celebrate Mrs. Ruiz's Day in the city of North Miami. And last but not least, we have a new business in District 2. You know, they know I love District 2, but they moved to District 2 about a year ago. And Latino Salud is a organization that has provided a safe space for Latino and LGBTQ communities to access screening, preventions, and care services in Miami-Dade and Broward County. This region ranks first in the nation in new HIV infection and third in the nation for boys and COVID-19 monkeypox last year. So they moved to District 2, and I was so excited because they actually walked over, and what they're doing in our community is tremendous. And today we honor you for being a business here, but also being a business that is providing services to our Hispanic community and our North Miami community overall. And today we celebrate Latino Salud with their own very day in the city of North Miami. So to accept it, I would like to invite Juan Bush and Miguel Davila from Latino Saludad. If I can invite all of the members of the Hispanic Heritage Month committees and all of our honorees up for one last group photo. So Rosa, I know I saw me. Let's give it up for these ladies who have been working very hard to plan our month-long celebration. Happy birthday, Dunya. It was Dunya's birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Mary Lou.
right, thank you, everyone.
Savannah, you ready?
Where is she? You're a country dad.
You used to work for them.
To what school? Oh. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, staff, North Miami neighbors, and guests. My name is Savannah Smith, and I'm presenting the following announcements on behalf of the City of North Miami. The City of North Miami is excited to host a series of events during Hispanic Heritage Month. Don't miss our fun lineup of events highlighting the influence of Hispanic ancestry, reflected in dance, food, art, and music. For a complete list of events, visit northmiamifl.gov/celebrate. September is Library Card Month. If you don't have one yet, now's the perfect time to join. Get your library card today at the North Miami Public Library and open the door to a world of knowledge, stories, and imagination. Join Vice Mayor and ASAPs for a Sickle Cell Awareness Month blood drive in North Miami, which will take place on September 15th and September 29th from 10 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. at the City of North Miami City Hall. For inquiries and further information, please contact 786-385-2576. The North Miami Public Library is thrilled to present our Girls Who Code program. Whether you're a coding newbie or already a pro, we've got 2 sessions tailored just for you, based on your grade level. To secure your spot, call 305-891-5535. Make a difference at North Miami Stormwater Park. Join us for an invasive species cleanup event on Saturday, September 16th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. at 901 Northeast 144th Street. Participants will gain insights from UF Extension experts to create a sustainable landscape and will be able to take home a plant as a token of our green journey. Councilwoman Cassandra Timothy is thrilled to bring back basic computer classes just for you. This 12-week class will be starting September 16th and take place every Saturday until December 16th, 2023. Space is limited. To register, visit the North Miami Public Library or call 305-891-5535. Don't miss the second budget hearing on Tuesday, September 19th at 6 p.m. Interested public members are invited to participate in a discussion between the mayor, council, and city administration about the fiscal year 2023 through 2024 budget. For information regarding all public meetings, visit www.northmiamifl.gov. The NOMI Housing and Social Services Department will soon begin accepting applications for the Owner-Occupied Housing Rehabilitation Program. Eligible repairs may receive up to $60,000 in assistance from October 1st through the 31st, 2023. For more information, contact Housing and Social Services at 305-893-6511, extension 2000, or housing@northmiamifl.gov. To stay up to date with NOMI news and events, log on to North Miami's website at www.northmiamifl.gov. Click on Connect with NOMI on the homepage to sign up for the city's newsletters. Also, follow us on Facebook and Instagram at North Miami FL and on Twitter at NOMI News. This concludes the city announcements. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Smith. And now hurricane preparedness.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, staff, and residents. Acting Commander Yos Boyerena, Emergency Manager with North Miami Police Department. As far as our hurricane update, we have Hurricane Lee, which is currently a Category 3 with winds of 150 miles per hour. Model guidance remains in good agreement that Lee will turn and head north. So thank God for that. Hurricane Margot. It's currently a Category 1 storm that is still strengthening, but it also is predicted that it will head north and not make any landfall. So we're looking good so far. We plan to continuously meet with our various community partners and stakeholders to ensure that we are prepared as a community to respond to any hurricanes or emergencies. A little COVID update. The federal COVID public health emergency declaration ended on May 11th, 2023. For Miami-Dade, new COVID-19 hospitalizations per 1,000 residents. We've had in the past week only 10 that have been hospitalized. Currently, we do not have any new emergency orders. The Florida Department of Health is no longer providing the COVID numbers daily, which is who we used to get our numbers every day from. And for the time being, everything is staying status quo. CDC has not put out any emergency notices as well. However, I will continue to monitor and provide any updates as they become available. Any questions?
No, thank you so much, sir. Any questions regarding COVID-19? I know residents been calling about the variants. Anything? Awesome. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you. Good night. And now we are, Madam Clerk, appointments.
No appointments at this time.
Awesome. Consent agenda.
Consent agenda. Unless a member of the city council wishes to remove a specific item from this portion of the agenda, tabs A through I, including N, constitute the consent agenda. These resolutions and items are self-explanatory and are not expected to require additional review or discussion. These items will be recorded as individually numbered resolutions adopted unanimously by the following motion: that the consent agenda comprise of tab A through I, including N. Do I have a motion to approve the consent
Move for
agenda?
approval.
Second?
I have a motion made by Councilman Charles, seconded by Councilman Galvin. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries with a 5-0 vote.
You. And
Want me to-
what's the next? I think
Tab J.
tab J is the first one.
Tab J, a proposed resolution of the mayor and the city council of the city of North Miami, Florida, approving the execution of a fourth option to renew professional services agreement in substantially the attached form between the city of North Miami and Brown of Florida, Inc., DBA T.R. Jones and Company for the provisions of excess workers' compensation insurance coverage at a cost not to exceed $196,377, providing for an effective date and all other purposes. Tab J.
Okay, public hearing is now open on tab J. Seeing none coming, public hearing is now closed. Madam Clerk, roll call.
I'll move approval of J.
Second.
Okay.
Vice Mayor.
Okay, so I have on tab J, item was motion by Councilman Galvin, seconded by Councilman Charles. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Item passes 5-0.
Thank you. Item K.
Tab K, a proposed resolution of the of the mayor and city council of the city of North Miami authorizing the city manager and city attorney to execute a fourth option to renew professional services agreement in substantially the attached form between the city of North Miami and Risk Management Associations, Inc., DBA Public Risk Insurance Agency for the continuation of public officials and employment practices liability insurance coverage services at the annualized premium amount of $105,596, including applicable agency service fees as required by Florida law, providing for an effective date and all other purposes. Tab K.
Thank you so much. Public hearing is open on tab K. Seeing none coming, public hearing is closed. Roll call.
Move for approval?
Second?
I have a motion made by Vice Mayor Estimate Irving, seconded by Councilman Galvin. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Item passes 5-0.
Tab L.
Tab L, a proposed resolution of the mayor and city council of the city of North Miami, Florida, authorizing amendments to the NOMI Water Bill Assistance Program as specified in Exhibit A, which was established in accordance with the resolution number 2007-R-145 and amended by resolution 2022-R-187 to provide emergency utility assistance to qualified residents providing for an effective date and all other purposes, tab L.
Thank you so much. Tab L is now open to the public. Seeing none, tab L is closed.
I'd like to move for
I-
approval.
I just have a quick question.
And I have a
Madam,
question too.
Vice Mayor, do you want me to, you want to ask a question now? Go ahead.
Oh,
you want
sh-
me to go ahead?
Go ahead.
Okay, no, my question, Miguel, is real quick. I looked at the schedule. The amount of money that is in that account, I think that's some discrepancies there. It should be more. So, yeah, we probably need to, probably when we meet, to discuss what happened, because since Noe Fest been going, putting in there, and then the 25 we get from Waste Pro and the others, so it should be, so we'll talk about that.
Actually,
Whenever you
that
finish.
was some
That was
of
your
my,
question?
my
Yeah.
question. So I wanted to ask, I see that we get a $25,000 annual contribution from Waste Pro. Did we receive it?
Yes, we have received
Okay.
it.
And here in the allocation, this is 107,725. Does that include the 25 that we received?
Yes, it does.
And then, so this is all of the funding that we have now?
For that program, yes. So we've been collecting money through the various sources, the NOMI Fest, as well as the contributions from Waste Pro. And the balance, before we started distributing, was about 126,000. So we've distributed about 20,000 so far, so the balance remaining is 107.
Okay.
Vice
Yeah,
Mayor,
no, there's
Vice-
an error, yeah.
Just for clarification, this is the city fund, there is another fund,
Oh,
the
okay.
ARPA fund also, which is about 250,000. There are two funds, we're talking about the city's,
Yeah, but
right?
my question is
So-
with the city fund, because Waste Pro started giving this money at least 3 years ago, right? So that should be like 75 grand. I'm just telling the math, and I'm just, no, but he said only 20,000 been used. For this year on, so,
For this.
okay, so I guess that's the report that I'll get.
We'll
Okay,
provide
never
you with
mind.
the report at a later date, but I would just want to clarify for the Vice Mayor, it's two funds.
Okay.
This is the
didn't
one
realize
for the
that.
city's fund.
And you
Okay.
guys understand my question in terms of just the amount, the correct amount. Thank you, Miguel.
I have no
You
problem.
done?
So
Okay,
I
awesome.
moved
No,
it.
you good. Second,
So I have a motion on the floor made by Vice Mayor Estimate Irving, seconded by Mayor Desorme. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Item passes 5-0. Tab M, a proposed resolution of the Mayor and City Council of the City of North Miami, Florida, authorizing the redesignation of the commercial areas along the Northwest 7th Avenue between Northwest 119th Street to Northwest 135th Street as the Northwest 7th Avenue Cultural Arts and Innovation District, further authorizing the city manager to do all the things necessary for the redesignation and update of the existing master plan to serve as a design guide to ensure the future growth of the subject area, providing for an effective date and all other purposes. Tab M.
thank you so much, Madam Clerk. On tab M, it's self-explanatory. I don't think we need a presentation. The floor is open on tab M for public discussion. Okay, this is changing a name from Chinatown to Northwest 7th Avenue to the Innovate. Well, we had already have the Cultural Arts and Innovation District, so we're just adopting and making it permanent. So that's basically it. Public hearing is closed. Do I hear a motion?
Move for approval.
Second?
I have a motion made by Councilman Charles, seconded by Councilman Galvin. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Item passes 5-0. Tab O,
Oh, yes.
a proposed resolution of the city, a proposed resolution of the mayor and city council of the city of North Miami, authorizing the city manager and city attorney to negotiate and execute an agreement between the city of North Miami and Hazen and Sawyer, PC, for the development of a PFAS management plan at a cost not to exceed $350,000, providing for an effective date and all other purposes. Tab O.
Okay, thank you so much. Tab, 1 second, sir. Presentation, if you have real short, can we do a minute? There's none? We don't need, it's PFAS, it's the water. This is important. Okay, public hearing is open on tab, what tab is this, O?
Tab
Yes,
O.
tab O. Again, this is for our water plant. This is for the safety of our water. There's not really much.
Move
Also,
approval?
Thank you.
Second.
And public hearing is closed, just for.
I have a motion made by Councilman Galvin to move the item, tab O, and seconded by Councilman Charles. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Thank
Item
you.
passes 5-0.
Tab P, as in Paul.
Tab P, a proposed resolution of the mayor and city council of the city of North Miami, Florida, authorizing the city manager and city attorney to negotiate and execute a professional service agreement between the city of North Miami and Tetra Tech, Inc. for engineering consulting services for the East Station Force Main and Gravity Sewer Project in an amount not to exceed $380,028 pursuant to request for qualification number 08-17-18, continuing professional architectural and engineering services, providing for an effective date and other purposes.
Before,
Tab P.
Thank you.
Mr.
Yes.
Mayor, before we go on, I'd like to co-sponsor this item as well, please.
Okay. Public hearing is open on the item. Public hearing is closed. Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion made by Mayor Desalme to move the item, and seconded by Vice Mayor Estimate Irving. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Item passes 5-0.
Thank you. Q.
Q, a proposed resolution of the mayor and city council of the city of North Miami, Florida, authorizing the city manager and city attorney to negotiate and execute an agreement between the city of North Miami and Kim Lee Horn and Associates, Inc. for engineering consulting services for the development of a citywide traffic calming study at a cost not to exceed $290,535, providing for an effective date and all other purposes. Tab Q.
Tab Q. Tab Q is open for discussion. What this is? Oh,
It's open.
okay.
If Debbie's coming up, you're
It's-
coming up?
And it's
Yeah, come.
closed?
No, Debbie was coming up. Yeah,
Oh,
you
Debbie
can-
is
yeah.
okay.
No, she opened for discussion. I saw you were coming up.
Which tab is this? I'm sorry.
Tab
Ms.
Q.
Debbie, which one are you speaking on?
Q.
Okay, Q, go ahead, I'm
Q,
sorry.
the traffic-
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
Q.
yes, go ahead,
Mhm.
yes.
By the way, I love the Sergeant Pepper.
Thank you.
Deborah Davies, 1165 Northeast 127th Street. First of all, I am upset that our city would hire Kimley Horn to conduct a traffic study in North Miami, after this firm conducted a flawed parking study to justify an unjustifiable on-site parking reduction for the Gardens residences, which will result in a parking nightmare for the residents in my neighborhood. Secondly, the city has approved several major residential and commercial developments that will dramatically affect the traffic flow in many parts of North Miami. But the methodology proposed for this study fails to take into account any of the additional traffic that these projects will create. So to conduct this study now would be premature, and the $300,000 it would cost would be wasted. As you know, I live across the street from the Gardens residences, which will have 358 apartments, and around the corner from the Gardens restaurant complex with 5 new restaurants that you have already approved. My neighborhood in particular will be severely impacted by the increased traffic caused by these projects that this study would fail to measure. My neighborhood has already had problems with speeding, accidents, and cars literally crashing into our properties, including my next-door neighbor's house and the intersections at Northeast 127th at both 11th and 12th Avenue. We know that the new developments will only make these problems worse. Please either redesign the study to include the projected traffic from the new developments, or else hold off until their full impact can be measured. In the meantime, you can put in speed bumps and traffic calming circles in already known dangerous areas. Thank you very much. I hope you
Thank
think
you
about
so
it.
much, yes.
Yeah.
No, that's some- Public hearing is still open. Public hearing is closed on the item. I too have a couple of questions.
Is there a presentation on this one?
Is there any presentation on Q?
Mhm.
Brief, please, if possible. Is it Whistler or Alberto? Okay, Kimberly Horn, okay.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Whistler Pierre Lewis, Public Works Director. Through the manager, I am going to introduce Mr. Adrian Dabkowski from Kimley Horn. We have a brief presentation regarding the traffic calming studies that are being proposed for your approval tonight.
And Mayor,
Yes, go ahead.
through you to the manager. Madam Manager, is this the traffic study that we have to do so that we can do our own, traffic calming devices without having to go to the county for approval? Because I remember you stated that if we do a study, the county adopts it,
This
we
is
can
a
do our own.
comprehensive for the whole city, so we could send it to the county. In the past, we've done them individually, whereas if we send it comprehensively, they will approve it, and then as we get funding, we just get it done faster.
So we
Okay.
would not have to go to the county to
Again,
request
after.
for traffic calming
Yeah,
devices and
after
speed
we've,
bump.
we've done this and presented it to them.
And so that's any new, like, further, like
That
for
comes from
instance.
the traffic, that comes from the analysis that we're gonna present, yes.
Okay. No, I just wanted to let Ms. Davy know that because once we approve this, then we can go and kind of do our own traffic calming devices and not have to go to the county and wait 10 years to get approved for one traffic circle.
Yes, and that was my question. So you actually, because I was asking if we have to, if the county, it's my understanding that each one they have to approve what was the purpose of it, but that kind of makes sense. So again, this is for the entire city, assuming that the county will accept our report, our findings.
Yes, sir.
And then once they accept it, that will kind of speed up the process and make it good. Okay, sir.
Yeah, if he wants to do the presentation,
Real
I'd like
brief.
it.
Yes, sir.
Adrian Dabkowski with Kimley Horn, offices at 8201 Peters Road in Plantation, Florida. Just to clarify, so this traffic study, it's comprehensive for existing conditions, so all the existing conditions will be captured. What we're also doing is providing interlocal assistance with the city so that any future traffic calming treatments that need to be implemented can be implemented by the city without having to go back to the county for that, just to
Wait,
clarify
I'm
that.
lost. What he just said.
You kind of said what I said.
Yeah, but he said, is it my understanding, so he's saying he's gonna study all the existing? I thought this was for future.
It'll be comprehensive to look at, we look at
Include
existing
both?
first and then we look at future as well.
But that will, that's one report that we are paying for, because we're more interested about the future. What are you looking at, the one that's there? What is it?
Correct. To establish baseline conditions. Because typically when you look at traffic calming, you can't just do if you identify an area that has issues, you can't just do it in that, on 2 or 3
But
streets.
it's already there. So what are you studying?
So when you look at those couple of streets, what we do is we come up with an improvement plan for the whole neighborhood so that the traffic doesn't just shift over to the next street. So you could do traffic calming on 1 or 2 streets, but then the problem just moves over to other streets where there isn't any traffic calming. So we look at doing a comprehensive plan. So
Mo-
it covers everything existing and then future as well.
Okay, because
And then-
most of the complaints that we're getting is it's the speeding, but okay,
Speeding.
I get you. Makes sense.
And you will take into account future development projects that are coming on, like Ms. Davies stated. There are projects that are being built currently as we speak, and granted, the traffic can't be studied as of today, but we know that in the future, they will be impacted.
Yes, they will be included. We will have improvements to cover that as part of the phased improvement plan.
Okay, thank you.
A question, how long will the study take?
About 8 months.
8 months, okay.
Yeah, that's
Well,
really
the
It's
traffic
citywide,
was-
it's significant. We
Yeah,
have to
no,
do
that's-
over 250 data point collections, so.
I've got folks in my district near the 135th and 16th that have been waiting for months just to get results back for their little spot. So
Yeah.
if we could do the
Whole
Yeah,
city.
In 8 months.
If I,
It took us 2 years to finally get San Souci's
Right,
traffic.
no, quickly, if I may, I'm like supportive of that item, but I have a question. The one that we have now, the existing traffic calming device that we have, I can speak for District 4 and other places around the city. In District 4, they look terribly bad. And I talked several times to the manager about it and trying to find ways to, spend some money and bring some kind of beauty to those traffic circles. But it is always a function of budget. So now, if we have about $300,000 for a study. Now, where do we stand as far as budget to fix the existing one? And I'm glad that you put the existing ones into that study. So where do we stand? For example, in District 4, again, I am going to say it, and I've been saying it, this is not new. We need to take care of those traffic circles that we have. They look terribly bad, in terrible shape and everything. So where do we stand as far as money for us to take care of those existing ones before we start looking into the new ones?
Okay, Madam Manager, just 1 second. Can you write that question and then answer it towards the meeting so that we could move on in terms of where we are, a status update on traffic circle? Okay, thank you, sir. Madam Secretary?
Yes, tab Q.
Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion made by Councilwoman Timothy and to approve the item of tab Q and seconded by Vice Mayor Estimate Eving. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Item passes 5-0.
Tab R.
I know.
Tab R. A proposed resolution of the Mayor and City Council of the City of North Miami, Florida, authorizing the city manager and the city attorney to negotiate and execute an agreement between the City of North Miami and 300 Engineering Group, LLC, for engineering consulting services for the Breeze Swept Force Main and Pump Station Improvement Project as a cost not to exceed $374,038, providing for an effective date and all other purposes. Tab R.
Thank you so much. Public hearing is now open on tab R. Seeing none, public hearing is closed.
I'd like to move for approval. I have a couple of questions.
Go ahead.
Well, and also I'd like to co-sponsor this, but Whistler is
It's on.
Do we have a second for the motion?
The motion.
Second.
okay. So if approved tonight, when will this start? When is the completion time frame, the timeline?
We have the consultant here as well for
Thank you.
300 Engineering. But this is for the design portion of the project to improve the pump station, Breeze Swept pump station, and includes a force main. And this is about a year. It's a year for the design of this project.
Okay, so either one of you, there's a timeline. This is very special to me, so I'm going to be paying a lot of attention to this because our people have been suffering, and I know that this is tied in somehow with our project as well. So, do you have an idea? I know you said about a year because there's going to be a 30 phase, a 60-year phase, a 90 phase. Do you have an idea when you're going to start your kickoff meeting and site visits and all that? I mean, I know that things can change, but if you can give me a rough idea of if this is approved tonight, when are you going to start?
Sure. Good evening, Mayor and Council. So we're ready to start as soon as we get the NTP. We've already visited the site. We're very familiar with the site conditions. We went with Whistler and his team. So as soon as we establish the NTP, we would provide a baseline schedule. And hearing your concerns about, wanting an expedited time frame, we will do our best to be able to reduce that and get us to the permitting stage as soon as possible. So even though design is typically about a year, we can do our best to compress that to about 9 months to get us moving rather quickly.
Do you have an idea when you're going to do the kickoff meeting?
We haven't established that. Thank you. We haven't established that yet, but as soon as, our item gets approved, we'll get with the Public Works Department and get that
so
kickoff.
you'll keep me abreast?
Yes.
I'd like to. I am
For
very
sure.
interested in this time frame
Definitely.
because it's holding up other projects, and
Okay.
so, okay.
Yeah,
So-
we'll definitely like to hear your concerns about it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And one more thing, and you're going to be working with Public Works and our IT to give the notices and all that. I read that in your proposal, so I just want to make sure we're on board with that, and I want to make sure that I'm aware of that, because that's near my neighborhood, and make sure that we're advising the residents of any disruptions and stuff. And one more question, typically,
Tanisha.
how long does it take for you to coordinate with FPNL? Is that, and, go ahead.
Yeah, so we start our coordination with FPL at the get-go,
Okay.
since we know that they are oftentimes have a lot of
Right.
delays. So even as soon as the 30%, we'll already be establishing any
Okay.
aspects that are gonna be required for the upgrades of the pump station. And additionally, about public outreach, yes, we took that into
Yes.
consideration, since this will have that force main component. So we wanna make sure that the public is aware and informed throughout the.
Throughout the process.
Yes.
Okay, thank you kindly.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
I have a motion made by Vice Mayor Estimate Irving and seconded by Councilwoman Timothy for tab R to approve. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Item passes 5-0.
Thank you so much. Next item.
Tab S, a proposed second reading ordinance of the City of North Miami, Florida, amending Article 5, Police Pension Plan, ordinance number 748, Section 15-21, member contributions, amending Article 7, Police Officers Retirement Fund, ordinance number 592, Section 15-182, individual accounts providing for the repeal, conflict, severability, codification, and for effective date. Tab S.
Thank you so much. Public hearing is open on tab S. Public hearing is closed.
Move approval?
Second.
I have a motion made by Councilman Galvin to move the item tab S, seconded by Vice Mayor Estimate Irving. Roll call vote. Councilwoman Timothy?
Yes.
Mayor Desilme?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Estimate Irving?
Yes.
Councilman Charles?
Yes.
Councilman Galvin?
Yes.
Item passes 5-0.
Thank you so much. Item T.
T.
Is
Tab
T and U, can they do it together, Mr. Attorney? Can she read both? Okay, Stephanie.
They're
can read
compatible.
T and U.
So she can read them both and just take a vote on each.
Thank you.
Okay. Tab T, a proposed second reading ordinance of the Mayor and City Council of the City of North Miami, Florida, amending Section 40 of the city charter to change the qualifying dates for the candidates in the general election scheduled for November 5th, 2024, and for all subsequent elections adopting such charter amendments pursuant to Sections 100.3605, parentheses 2, and 166.021, parentheses 4, Florida statutes providing for the severability, providing for inclusions in the charter, conformity of the amendments, providing for repeal or conflicting provisions, and providing an effective date. That's tab T. Tab U, a proposed second reading ordinance of the mayor and the city council of the City of North Miami, Florida, amending Chapter 6 of the City Code of Ordinances entitled Elections by amending Article 2 entitled Candidates, specifically at Section 6-21 and 6-24, to change the qualifying dates for the candidates in the general election scheduled for November 5th, 2024, and for all subsequent elections providing for the repeal, conflict, severability, codification, and an effective date.
Thank you. Public hearing is open on both items. Okay, public hearing is closed. So moved.
Second?
I have a motion made by Mayor Desilme to move item T and U. The motion, oh, separate, okay, all right. Okay, that was tab T.
T.
And I will do roll call vote. Councilman Charles?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Estimate Irving?
Yes.
Councilman Galvin?
Yes.
Mayor Desilme?
Yes.
Councilwoman Timothy?
Yes.
Item passes 5-0.
Thank you.
Tab U. So we have, okay, okay. Take the vote, okay. For tab U, we have the motion made by Mayor Desilme and seconded by Councilman Galvin. Roll call vote, Vice Mayor Estimate Irving?
Yes.
Councilman Galvin?
Yes.
Councilman Charles?
Yes.
Mayor Desilme?
Yes.
Councilwoman Timothy?
Yes.
Item passes 5-0.
Thank you so very much. And I think we are towards the end of our discussion. You, well, you was,
It's B, tab B.
I just did you, and then these were, no discussion. It's 8 o'clock. We're trying to get out of here. Citizen forum. Citizen forum is
You have a
open. Citizen
discussion
forum. Huh?
You have a-
Discussion item
For which discussion item?
on number
Which
11.
discussion item?
Number
Discussion
11.
of state and federal lobbyists.
Oh, okay, I thought that was after,
Yeah.
citizen forum,
Right
okay,
before.
never mind. Yes, discussion on the state and federal lobbyists. Yes, go ahead. Presentation?
Thank you, sir. It's actually not just a presentation, it's more of a information and update. Our lobbyists, for the federal lobbyists are Becker Polyakov, and our state lobbyist is Mr. Ron Book and Associates. Their contracts are up for renewal. However, I found out from procurement, from purchasing that traditionally, after 5 years, we should be putting it out to bid. And for the record, the Ron Book contract was in 2014, and we've been extending it over time. And the Becker Polyakov contract was 2017, and we've been extending it over time as well. So I would like to get some directive from the council. My recommendation would be because we do need the lobbyists right now, we can extend it one more time with the existing and to put it out to bid so that we could at least be properly as per purchasing guidelines.
Okay. Thank you, and I think
And we-
that's,
I'm sorry for the record, we did email everybody the reports, but I had staff print them out and given to you. They provided you with
just-
their report of their activities, and
Yeah.
they are also here. Becker Polyakov is here, and also Mr. Book is not available in person, but he is on Zoom on standby if you do have any questions.
yes, that's fine. I don't know, I don't have any particular questions. I think, that perhaps we kick it down for a year and then put it down. Would that give enough time? Would that give you guys enough time?
Yes, sir.
And then we take, right? Is that okay?
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
You mentioned that purchasing stated that every 5 years. Is it a requirement? Is it a suggestion? Is it a recommendation from purchasing? Just want to get that clarity. Good evening, Alberto Estrada, Purchasing Director through the manager. It's not a requirement in the code or statutory, it's just simply a matter of best practices. Okay. And again, I just echo what the manager recommended, 1-year extension, give us an opportunity to put it out for bid.
So if it's not required, it sounds like when I was briefed that it was like a statutory thing that we must do, so we could just renew it. Correct?
Right, but
Mr. Attorney?
I agree with the,
No, I know, I'm just asking. just
If we
a
wanted to
generic-
renew, the city
Right,
manager
you
could
could-
just
yeah,
brought forth a renewal contract. Well, we're sort of out of renewals.
No,
so
no, I
we-
know, but what
Or
I'm
bring
saying
an
is,
amended contract back.
yes. By us
But-
doing that, it's not that we're doing anything, it wouldn't be in, I see.
Right, it wouldn't be,
Yeah, I see.
just my recommendation would be
Yeah,
a
it'll be a
1-year
recommendation.
extension and then, and we'll
No,
put it out for bid.
I get that, and I'm okay with that. I was just asking a generic question, because I was under the impression that we were out of compliance or something like this, but we're not. Okay,
So I do have a follow-up question, since I guess it's at the council's discretion to pick or decide. When do you think that we would put it out for bid? Or if it needs to be put out for bid, like, are we okay with our state and federal lobbyists? Is this something that you're seeking our guidance at this point? So we could just,
Yes, ma'am.
okay. Because if we put it out to bid, I'm just thinking about the congressional, going in, is getting ready to convene, and I know state starts in January this next year because of the legislative session. So, when would it go up?
So that's why I'm saying to
leave
extend,
it as is and.
extend this,
And
I would bring it to you for you to extend it
next-
for 1 year
Mm-hmm.
while you're putting it out
While
to
you're-
bid,
Yeah.
or you choose to do, you give us direction that, because right now we, like Alberto says, we're not renewing it. They don't have a renewal contract. We keep extending it. So if we want to do it with a renewal option, like a 1 year with another renewal option, then you give us that. If you want us to put it out to bid, you give us that directive as well. I'm trying to make it so that we don't lose out on the opportunities, but also to make sure that everybody gives us a directive to put it out, or if you're satisfied, I have no issues.
so
No problem. If I could just follow my last point, because I think what happened, well, since the 2 years that I've been here, I don't think I've ever seen a legislative summary from either but it's not because, you know, it wasn't provided. It wasn't because administration didn't forward it to us. I had an opportunity when I was in DC to sit down with Mr. Clarence, and you know, I even public record requested all of the emails, and I was shocked to see how much emails that were sent to administration that we didn't get. So I would like for city administration moving forward, when you guys do get these updates from our lobbyists, to send it to us. I know I just got the one from Becker, and I saw there was a housing grant that is due on October 27th. I hope we applied for it, but this is how we miss out on opportunities. And I know your administration is taking a more vast approach with grants and lobbyists, and it's great. It's definitely a missed opportunity that, you know, previous administration did not take. But, you know, as someone who was a legislative staffer, I would like to be kept abreast of what our federal and our state lobbyists are doing, and making sure that we're getting a report on a monthly basis. Thank you.
Any other questions?
No, I mean, I'm okay.
comments?
Right, so do we need to do a motion to?
No, I have a couple of questions, comments before. Do you have any questions or any
No,
comments?
so, right, so I definitely am in agreement with Councilwoman Timothy in terms of monthly reporting. I personally made it my business to have, to inquire, especially federally, so I know that Clarence Williams, I've gone to him several times, and I know about that, but I want to make sure that North Miami is taken care of. Anyone that has North Miami is taken care of. We have a water plant, we have infrastructure issues. We need to be a priority. And that's my only, that's what I'll state on the record.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. And I'll echo some of those comments. I don't particularly have any interest in terms of where we are, but I'm not too satisfied with some of the services received. I'm not looking at making a big changes or anything in that nature. But to echo what the Vice Mayor is saying, I don't personally need a report, but I would respect, you know, all of my colleagues, please send it to them. Writing emails and telling us what's happening, I think we all know what's happening. There's a lot of stuff that's out there that's putting forward based by the Biden administration and previous administration. The bottom line is we just need results. So I don't need like 100 emails like you writing every day to do that, because at the end of the day, if you didn't get the money, we're still in a bad shape. So if anybody out there, this is my saying, this is what I say to each of our lobbyists. I don't have nothing personal. In fact, we could have 10 or 15 lobbyists. Because if you bring money, what's the point? This is not, it's very simple. It's the money's out there, we just need the money to do what we do, and we're good, and we move on. When that's not happening, and then we cannot keep, you know, talking about in terms of what we do. But I think a year, let's see what we do, but I think it's very clear the direction, or at least to our federal and state lobbyists that we do have on our team. All we need is just the money.
Right.
If you have the money,
And sometimes, because you know, we understand what lobbyists do, and if you need us, no one has said to me, hey, let me have you put me in front of doors to speak to who I need to speak to. If you need us, that's what we're here for. We're here to help you bring in the bacon, bring home the bacon. So that's again, that's all that I'll say.
Indeed.
The last point, if I
yes,
may,
go
Mr.
ahead.
Mayor, I realize some of them have been, you know, these contracts have been in place for a while now. Have we taken a look at what other cities are paying, just to make sure that we're paying our lobbyists correctly, or, you know, competitively?
Well, yeah, certainly we can do that. Again, when we put this out for sort of a competitive process, we'll get a better feel in terms of, you know, the fees that are going to, in the marketplace, so to speak. But I can also do that and research and sort of compare with other municipalities and so forth. I mean, the issue is, without an extension, you're basically pretty much will be out of services. And
But
you probably
No,
wouldn't.
we're
Yeah,
agreeing.
no, we're gonna extend it
agreeing.
1 year.
Yes, we're in
Yeah, we're
agreement.
giving
That's
an
what they're
extension
saying.
tonight. This is so that you could go out there and do what you do. Again, I think it's very clear, we just need money results, period, nothing else. We have a water plant, and if you need to be very specific, we have a water plant, we need money from HUD, you know, just anything, and I know there's a lot out there, and infrastructure, transportation,
Technology.
anything, any little thing, and I would not count, you know, if I go and talk to a congressional person, that should not be part of it. It's something that we don't have no, you know, jurisdiction over. But, yes, Madam Manager.
No, I just wanted to reinforce what you said and to also say that we will be bringing to you, you'll be getting an email from Francisco Medranda shortly. It's online, just so we can get your legislative priorities, appropriation priorities for state and federal, so we can compile it and bring it back to you so we can provide to the lobbyists what are our priorities, so it could be focused.
Yeah, because I don't think we've done those.
We haven't, I don't think we've done that
Since
in a while, but traditionally, we
2015.
would bring, you know, every year, we'd bring you a list, and you would add maybe on the dais, or you agree with the priority list, and then that's their marching orders, right? So they're focusing specifically on the priorities that you have dictated, so that we can stay focused, and again, like the Vice Mayor said, they need you in Tallahassee, they need you in DC, then you go and you have the talking points, because staff has provided you with the data you need to support this request that you're making.
And to your point, I know that that wasn't done, and, you know, to our lobbyists, Becker and Braun, you know, now that I have the reports, I have seen some of the work that you have done, and want to commend you guys for some of the things that you were able to bring home in the interim, with us not setting legislative priorities. And also, you know, there was a couple of deadlines that we were late on and not submitting our appropriations on time. So just wanted to say thank you.
But wait, you opened up another question. So who was supposed to set it up? What is the process? in
If we would
terms
have
of-
had a governmental affairs manager, the last one I think we had was a long time ago, they would set a legislative priority agenda. I think one year when I was up here, I did sponsor a discussion item, so we could talk about our priorities, but we never, you know,
No,
memorialized that
So,
discussion.
What was missing in terms of, I know you mentioned if we did have that person, so was there?
And then you followed the timeline. So we know that committee week starts in October. Appropriations are due in January before session starts in March. That means our appropriation should have been in, our appropriation request should have been into our senator and our state rep, you know, prior to appropriation.
You talking about state or federal?
Well, I'm talking about state.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, state. So there's a timeline, and when I met with Mr. Clarence, he also mentioned that as well, that, you know, hey, our appropriations was due to our congressional members by this time, so that we can get them in, you know, on time, and they got them done a day or two before.
Yes,
I'd
go
like to
ahead.
provide another example of why it is extremely important. Like, we've received so far like $1.2 million, an additional $600,000 for septic to sewer. We don't need any more septic to sewer funds, but we
Yeah.
need stormwater to be, so being able to be specific and say, this is our actual need, and staff has provided it to you so that the lobbyists can specifically address what we need, then, because afterwards, so far, like, we may have to give back money because we don't, that's not what we needed it for.
Can it be reallocated?
Not the way they do things in.
And
So
that
that's why
was,
we're
that
trying to
was
be
one of the
strategic.
meetings that I had with
Yeah.
Senator Pizzo when he was our senator, when he said, hey, there's money right now for septic to sewer. So I said, hey, let's go out for it, and, you know, so what I'm saying is that, to your point, Mayor, it takes a due diligence of staff or whoever that person is going to be, I guess now Francisco, to make sure that we are on, or Katia, to make sure that we're on time with our legislative priorities and that we're doing our due diligence, because with this one, we kind of dropped the ball.
Oh, well, we dropped the ball on a lot as a city, but we're here now. Awesome. Thank you, sir. So you good, Madam Manager? Okay.
Yes, sir.
And I email, when I see these requests, these things coming in from NLC, all of these,
I do too.
yeah, email it to the manager, to the right folks, and follow up, making sure that they are doing what they need to do to apply, because that's concerning what you just said. If staff did not do what they needed to do, because that's not right. Thank you so much. Citizen Forum. Beverly, come on. We have 2 mics. We have Beverly Hilton coming. We have 2 mics. Okay, none. After Beverly, we will close public hearing. Go ahead, Bev.
Good evening, Mayor and council, staff. I have to write this down because I would forget. So, we have had many managers over the years, and I never really pay attention to the coming and going. Something was brought to my attention a few months ago regarding spending on departure on packages and stuff that were given to friends on their departure. Secondly, some staff were given stipend. I would like to clarification on that. If you are, I know the mayor and council, they do get a car or stipend. And is it given, are you supposed to receive both? I'd like answer on that. And what I'm asking the council to do is, mostly I'm going to ask the mayor. When the city manager are leaving, they're supposed to, what I'm asking for is, when the city manager are leaving our city, they should be, any spending that they're doing should be approved by the council because of what happened in the past city manager or previous city managers. We're asking the council to sponsor a bill that when the city manager are leaving us, all the decisions they are made are approved by the council. Is that clear? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Well, first of all, I don't know why you asked me, but
well,
no, but I get it. I do thank you. I think you're trying to be as much diplomatic about the situation, and that's fine. I did ask about that question. Obviously, I did ask.
Not reflecting this manager, I'm sure.
No, I know,
not
I know.
reflecting.
No, I think we know. No, we know. She just got here.
No.
But yes. So you, what is it? So you asking us to? I think I get it. If I'm
To sponsor a bill for
resolution,
discussion
a bill.
and eventually a vote because when the city managers are leaving, they have carte blanche. They could do whatever they want to do.
Yes.
And then we're left holding the bag. I looked at my taxes the other day, and it was $300 up this year, so I'm counting every penny. So we want to make sure, their accountability.
Yeah, the right safeguard is there in terms of checks and balance.
Right.
I think there is a process. Maybe probably did not. The process.
Right.
Flawed. There was some flaw in the system. But there is a process. I don't know. Perhaps we could. That's something that the council we could discuss during our briefing or retreat and trying to come up with something.
Yeah, any council. It doesn't have to be. It just need to be sponsored and
I got you.
something put in place to prevent this from happening again.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So much, and we are moving down to. Is it council report? Councilmember Galvin?
Sure, I just want to note the passing of Eileen Premer. She's the wife of Howard Premer, who was the mayor of the city of North Miami in 95 to 99, I believe it was. She passed away a couple of days ago after a relatively brief battle with cancer. Her services will be at Temple Beth Moshe.
Tomorrow.
Is it tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow.
Wednesday? Okay, you're right. Tomorrow, Wednesday at 10 a.m., again at Temple Beth Moshe. So to Mayor Premer and the entire Premer family, we send you our sympathies at the loss of Eileen. And that's the only thing I have to report, Mr. Mayor.
Indeed, sir. Thank you so much. And thank you for the reminder of that. Councilmember Timothy?
No report for me.
Thank you. Councilman Charles?
Yeah, just before I say thank you, Mayor, if you would please.
Yes, you had a question.
Yeah, you had my
for the
question on
madam.
hold, and
Yes.
then, I would like,
Madam Manager.
so
the question he had about the traffic, was it the traffic circle?
Yes.
Staff will identify funds, because it's two things, twofolds. One is replenishing the landscaping, and then also the maintenance of
So
it.
who does the maintenance of them? Is it Parks or Public Works?
Public Works.
Okay.
But I think Parks got some of them too, right, Christine? It's Parks and it's both of them.
It's mainly Public Works. They share, but
Mhm.
So you guys do the management of the traffic circle, Christine?
the maintenance.
The maintenance of it,
Yeah.
the cleaning up? Can you come here for 1 second, please? Thank you, because this is important, and,
Good evening, Christine
evening.
Carney is Parks and Recreation Director. It's a shared responsibility. So the budget, the funds are in Public Works, and Parks does the work. So,
that's confusing. Why is
I-
the funds there? Or
And-
why is the people vice versa?
it's just sharing of staff.
Oh.
And then there's also some of the, I don't know about all the circles, don't quote me on it, because I don't know it by heart, but some of it is maintained by Country Bill. But I can't tell you which ones those are right this minute, because I don't have them in front of me.
So, and then that was the conversation we had, a previous meeting about, funds to enhance the maintenance of the landscaping throughout. So the traffic circles are part of that. And we plan on meeting with all departments. Like I said, we have the clean team at the NSD, we have the park staff, we have a public works staff, and we have Country Bill. We're gonna be meeting to have a proper comprehensive understanding of what they're, how they're doing it. And again, also, if we can enhance by funding either additional staff or additional outside support, so we can have a better handle on the maintenance citywide.
And thank you very much, because since I came in, this is one question that I've been asked, and always get the answer, moving around. So glad that we know, and definitely would like to know how much money, when it comes to those traffic circles, how much do we need to allocate to make sure that we take care of them, because it is basically doing a disservice to the city if we just leave them the way they are, because it's not working. And on that topic, and I think I talked to, I asked Whistler, and also I think I talked to my manager about it. The item that we approved, that was I think back in early June, late June or July, on for 121st and Northwest 16th Ave. And I am gonna tell you that I receive at least a call every day, and sometimes 2, 3, because people are speeding crazy over there. And last time I talked to Whistler, he told me that they were contractor was trying to get permits and everything. So I would like to know, and please, I would like to be provided with a start date by the end of this week, so that at least I'm gonna have an answer to those residents, and we'll know exactly where we're heading. Thank you very much, and that's I have no report.
Thank you so much, Vice Mayor.
Thank you. Before I go into my council report, so, and I'm doing this publicly because it was done publicly, and so I just, let me just ask the question. So, Madam Manager, when the council has had, has voted on something or has a directive on something, what is your understanding of what you have to do?
I'm trying to understand the question, but I guess whatever the directive is.
Correct. So, and I'm stating it publicly because it was done publicly, and I was a little perturbed by that. So there was a sunshine meeting that we attended, both of us attended, and where we went to discuss the interlocal agreement for the city, for the CRA. And when we were talking, when we were all there, the impression, and it was said back to me, so there was impression, you guys need to be together. The CRA and the city needs to be together. And the impression, because of a statement that you've made, that you're here to make sure that the city is here, there's some equitable portion for the city, when in fact, this body is the mayor and council, and we're also the body of the CRA. And in our actions, we clearly stated that we were okay, and we were going to the county, and we should have gone in one voice. And so I just want to make sure that I'm understanding that if we speak in the majority, that you also will know that this is the voice, and that's what you need to preach out there. So just wanted to.
So just to be clear, the Sunshine meeting was announced, and I did attend the Sunshine meeting. Again, I'm representing the city, and I did make this is a three-party agreement, and my statement was to ensure that the language was in there for the CRA to have to pay less, which is what you had all agreed to, which is getting the Solemia side. Correct? That was that was the statement that I made.
No,
to make sure that it's a three-party agreement, that the city was part of the agreement, and
right,
our
but
language
the way
was
that
in there.
the way the message was conveyed, and I wasn't the I'm not. This was in public, and this is why I said that I'm addressing this publicly. It was in public, where there were county folks that actually addressed me afterwards and said, "Hey, wait a second, why are you guys not coming on a united front?" And so, and I even, when I heard the statement, to the point where the CRA attorney had to say, wait a second, but you're getting XYZ dollars. You
Yes.
remember that?
Yes.
Right. So all I want is that we're on the same page. I mean, I know that we can, we can disagree, but when we go out there, you represent us. And I happened to be there, and I didn't, it felt a little bit confusing, and it had other people thinking that you're not on the same page with us.
So, and I'm happy you brought this up, because I didn't feel like I was on the same page, considering when I met with the chief of staff of the district commissioner the next day, she then tells me they were expecting a PowerPoint presentation and some stuff, and I didn't know about that. But that's what I'm saying. I mean, that's what I was told, and I didn't know about it. So I attended the meeting. I was not told in advance that we didn't huddle or anything. I got the notice, I attended it, and I like, again, for the statement was, I'm here to represent the city because it's a three-party agreement.
Okay.
And
I
that was
just,
it.
I just want to be clear
No, I
that we're
understand.
clear. If we're clear, then,
And I want to make
it could
sure
be
that
I
the portion that we
misunderstood,
just
but
could-
the
no.
air, it didn't feel that way.
No, I
So
understand.
we're all on the
What
same page, and
yeah.
we're preaching the same
But
message, so we're good.
Again, I just want to make sure everybody's clear also, because I did speak to the commissioner. The CRA, the city, and Miami-Dade County are three different parties
And that's
into the
understood.
deal. So
That's understood.
I did my part representing the city and to make sure that we were part of the three-party deal.
Okay. All right, so thank you for that clarification. Again, good evening, everyone. I just would like to thank MD Eat, speaks at the Calvin Center. This is the Miami-Dade Economic Advocacy Trust. I'm messing up their name right now. We want to express our gratitude to all who attended that event. It was an awesome event with Alfred Edmond during the National Black Business Month of Scott Galvin Center. Your presence was truly inspiring as we came together to celebrate and support Black business. We appreciate your participation in this meaningful conversation and unwavering support. Let's continue to foster the growth and improvement and success within Black business community. I'd also like to publicly thank Senator Chevron Jones this weekend. We had another beautiful event, especially for nonprofit space, We the People of North Miami, We the People at North Miami Library. This past Saturday, it was co-hosted by Senator Chevron Jones and myself, and it was a great success. We delved in critical topics such as bill writing, Florida election law, state appropriation funding. Your active participation made it possible. We extended our thanks to the State Representative Christopher Benjamin, Yolanda Cash Jackson, Election Supervisor Christina White, And we also like to express our gratitude to North Miami library staff, Director Paul Basile, and the library manager, Georgette Spatling, for sponsoring the event. A special thanks to the Team of Hope and the Knights of Columbus and Magellan Housing for sponsoring breakfast at this event. Also, make a difference at North Miami Waterstone Park. Also, you've heard the announcement on Saturday, September 16 at 8:30. Please come out and help, 901 Northeast 144th Street. Also, save the date for a heads breakfast happening October 14 at FIU. More information to come. And of course, this is an event that I look forward to every year, the Florida City Government Week. Don't forget to mark your calendar for Florida City Government Week, scheduled October 16 to the 22nd, 2023. During this annual event, cities across the state come together to showcase and engage citizens in the workings of municipal government. Municipal government, being the government the closest to the people, often receive the higher rating of approval. However, awareness about the impact of our city services on residents' life can be lacking. So this is a great time during the week where we interact with all of the stakeholders in our community, and you have a time to volunteer. And that's all that I have for tonight, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Madam Vice Mayor, and I will keep my comments very brief. A lot happened this week. We launched the new, as we foster new ideas and new ways to transport residents, not only we improve the freebie, people are talking about that, they're very excited, but we introduced 4 new Nomi Express Charlie this month, which looks so beautiful on the inside. So I'm looking forward to work with my colleagues on addressing ways on how we could connect transportation. And in fact, I have a proposal. I was talking to, was it you, Madam Manager, in terms of connecting other municipal where folks could drop off one, and then if they go into NMB, they don't need to take the public transportation to do that. So that is something we also this week, our community, former president of the Haitian Chamber, Jeff Lozamar, had 15 years of business, SCM International Group, which was a very, very wonderful event in North Miami. I also attended that same night the League of Cities dinner. Madam Representative, they were looking for you at the League of Cities, and we are looking forward to host them next year. Also, last week we attended my office. We have a resident near our city, Miss Marie Glenn, who is 109 years old.
Oh, in the Claridge House, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she was on the news.
So she is as lively as you could get. She was over there singing, dancing, and doing everything. And next month, Congresswoman Wilson will be getting something from President Biden to give to her and all that good
I
stuff.
think
So
she's
we're
the
gonna go
oldest
back.
resident.
Yeah, she might be the oldest one. Last but not least, this is library. Paul, is Paul here? I saw him here. Oh, why are you looking like that? This is library card sign up awareness month. So if you do not have a card, please sign up at the North Miami.
Oh, can we be like
Public
New York? Did you see
Library.
that? They had a library card for Jay-Z. Like,
Ah,
did you see that?
yeah.
Someone- and, you know, maybe can't do Jay-Z,
Yeah,
but
we could do
somebody
an
else.
official one like we do the key to the city and
Yeah.
all that good stuff.
Well,
Awesome. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, if I may, I'm
Doris,
sorry, I forgot.
yeah.
I did have one little report.
Sure,
Were you
go
done?
ahead.
Okay. This, what was it, Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
When did we go? No, Monday. The 3 of us were able to attend the county commission, the chairman's policy meeting, on behalf of our CRA. You know, we're not gonna celebrate right now because we know we have one more stop. We have to go before the full board. But definitely want to invite everyone to the next Board of County Commission so that we can advocate for our interlocal agreement between the city and the CRA. This will be huge for our CRA and our city. We may even have to amend the budget that evening because we'll have more money coming into the city's coffer and as well as the CRA. And our commissioner has stated she wants us to come out and support and bring the busload. So we're inviting everyone. I think we might make the September 19th Board of County Commission meeting. So once we can get that item, you know, we'll have some more money coming to the bank.
Well, that's good because that's the only day that I'll be here. That's our budget meeting.
budget on the 19th. So
Good, good.
are we gonna have, so it is on the agenda? Oh, they posted?
yeah, it
Okay,
was
perfect.
posted,
So you
right?
know, the 19th at 9 a.m., everyone, we're gonna be at the Stephen Clark Center to make sure that we advocate, because I believe when we're gonna just claim it in Jesus' name.
Yes.
When we get it passed, Madam Manager, how much are you expecting to get this fiscal year? Is it about 3 million additional starting October 1st? Or you don't, well,
Yeah, I don't want to speculate until we get all the numbers, but it would be
I know, don't jinx
approximately
it.
3.
Yeah, right now.
It can go straight to the reserves too.
but what is it? I'm sorry, you
You
said
know
what?
Well, yeah, that's
We just want the
good.
amount.
I'm just saying,
Yeah, you can give us
honestly, I
a-
don't know. Right now, with the 45%, we get 1.6. So guesstimate would be 3.2, $3.3 million.
So we'll say
Additional, okay.
2.5, that means we good.
Look, all I know is this is great. I know we're gonna be
It is
screaming at the
great.
top of our lungs on
Yes.
the 19th. Misty, make sure you have a bottle of water back there for us
Oh,
to
she
celebrate.
better. And she probably have food too.
I'll take a bottle of wine.
Because this will be an
What's
amazing
water?
time. So,
Exactly.
and of course, I
Water's
want to thank
gross.
Chairman Oliver Gilbert, our Commissioner
tired.
Marlon Bastian, Keon Hardeman, Raquel, Commissioner Raquel, the whole commission, because it passed unanimously 5-0. So thank you. And we look
And don't
forward to
forget
seeing you
about
back on the 19th.
Commissioner McGee.
Oh yeah, Commissioner.
Yeah,
Well,
keep
he
on
didn't
adding-
vote for it, but
Yeah,
you know,
you
he said
got
he,
you got to
we
keep
are
on adding the
support.
name, the
Yeah.
19.
Look,
You
we're
need
hoping
more,
for a 3-0. We're
more
hoping
than
for a
5.
13-0. So,
All
thank
right.
you.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, sir.
Just clarification on item we talked about earlier with the lobbyists. Madam Manager, do you need a vote from the council to proceed with bringing it back for one-year extensions, or was
Yeah,
ours
you
We have
just
the
direction.
general?
direction, we
Or
just
you
have to
good?
bring the contract on the 26th for you to approve.
So you're gonna
You've
bring it
given us
back
the-
on the 26th?
Well,
with
this
the
was a
one-
discussion, so
Right.
I'm just bringing the contract now for you to approve on the 26th.
For the
Okay, so
1
no,
year.
no
For 1
vote,
year.
no vote was needed
No,
for
it
you?
was, nope, it was
Okay.
just a directive.
The directive that we'll do, but but all the lobbyists, the point is they got the thing, we need them to bring money.
Right. No,
That's
no,
all.
I get that.
That's
There
it.
was somebody in the community who texted me and said they weren't clear and we should have voted. So I was just asking on the
Next week,
record
we're gonna vote.
if it was necessary that we vote to bring it back.
Do we
or-
vote? Can we vote now?
No,
So-
no,
No, no, no,
let's
no,
just
look-
bring it back. Let's
There's
just
There's no
bring it
need for
back.
vote.
But
I mean, it
we-
was clear from the discussion
was a
exactly what you all
discussion, yeah,
wanted. I
that's
mean,
what
if it was,
I
if there was
we
anything where it
agreed-
wasn't
we
clear, you could have made a
right,
vote,
yeah.
but
We
it
all
was clear.
agreed that
It's a
year.
discussion, we don't
Right.
really need,
Right.
to take any action with discussion, that's why we did not even open up public hearing on that. Awesome, can I hear a motion to, oh my God, Madam Clerk, I'm sorry.
Well, happy Hispanic and Latino Heritage Month. And of course, next week is also Citizenship Week. So I'm encouraging folks who may be eligible to naturalize to go ahead and make sure you try to do that then, so that you can come down to our office and apply for a passport, so that we can get a little revenue in the city. We'll hold $35 per person. And then also reminding everyone that September 19th is National Voter Registration Day. So it's a great time to update your voter registration information, as well as maybe register for your vote by mail ballot, because they did clear out those rules and they're doing them annually. So a really good time to get civically engaged. And that is all for me. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Jeff, you gotta follow.
Mayor, Council, I've got two cases that I need to discuss with you, so I'm asking for executive sessions.
In October, after all these budget hearings.
Yeah,
again.
well, one of them we do need to do rather quickly. I've briefed some of you on them. I'll just give you the names and then we can talk offline also if you want. But the first one's a case brought by Derek Corker, who was the former Parks and Rec director. That's case number 21-CV-2253 in the United States District Court in Southern District. The second case is, we've already done an executive session on this one, but we need to come back and have the council make some decisions. This is on the 2105 Exora Road foreclosure. That's case number 2021-023-037 CA01. That's in the 11th Judicial Circuit Court in Miami-Dade County.
That one on Exora has been 20 years in the making. I'd say it can certainly wait till October.
That's fine. That one can wait till October. The other one I do need to.
You were being
I didn't.
serious?
No, the one on Exora is a blue tarp roof item that's been going on
Yeah.
since just
That's
after
why I
got
said
elected.
we've actually had an executive session, but
From
there's
this
things I
one.
need to discuss with you to move that case over.
And I'll contact you offline about the first one, Mr. Corker. I didn't know there was a lawsuit in that regard.
So when do you want to meet?
If possible, just before the next meeting, before
Okay.
the budget. No, but we have the budget.
You talking about on
We
the
ha-
19th?
The 19th, we have the budget, so.
Well, the 19 is a lot. We got
We're gonna be at the
county
county.
commission in the morning
Okay,
and,
all right. 26? Okay.
you can't wait for the
The
26th?
problem is,
That's fine.
yeah, the problem is we've got a really good settlement that I really want to get in, and the attorney, we have attorneys on the other side after mediation, so we're trying to really get that, their
Well,
approval so
talk
we can
to
pay.
us individually, and then we'll figure out what
Okay,
to do that.
all right.
Thank you, sir. Madam Manager?
No report?
Ooh, good.
Move to adjourn?
So Anisha has a report.
Sorry.
Out of all the days today.
It's just a quick
I know.
update. Well, Mayor Council, thank you, Mayor. Just for D4, with regards to the traffic that we approved in a few council meetings. So we just received some updated information that the permit was recently approved today, and that the traffic circle construction will take, it'll be completed by the end of the year. So I just wanted to let you know, we'll still provide you with the timeline. Sorry, what's that?
When are they starting again?
I don't have that date, but if the permit was approved today, I'll get you a timeline with a start date and,
Went back there and approved the permit.
it will be done by the end of the year.
Marcus went back there
But I'll
and
get you a
approved the permit.
timeline. But I just wanted to provide you with the update since I received it.
Ms. Gilmore, she just texted me. I don't. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mayor.
The motion was seconded by the mayor.
Second.
All in favor? You made the motion.
I'm just saying.
Any opposed? Motion carries with a 5-0 vote. It is 8:43 PM. Have a good night.